Welcome back to my channel and welcome to another video. We are going to be tier ranking all of the media that I've consumed so far in 2026, aka quarter one. January, February, and March. With that being said, let's get started. I'm going to try and not talk your ear off for the next couple hours, which might be difficult, but I will try and cut it down. First though, we have to talk about each category. I decided to make each tier reaction memes from TikTok comments because I think those are funny and I am chronically online. So I will explain those briefly. Kirby Smart is at the top of the top, and that is my favorite things that I have consumed in quarter one. And it's specifically this meme because I am a University of Georgia alum. It's my alma mater, and seeing Kirby Smart in random TikTok comments makes me laugh so bad. And then we have the Anthony Mackie photo of him like dancing in a press interview. That is also so funny to me. Next we have Radio Rebel, iconic GIF video, whatever it was, of Debbie Ryan in the movie Radio Rebel doing this. But that one is just kind of like, I liked it, but it wasn't my favorite. And then we move down the list. It is Side Eye, which I don't know the origins of this one. It just makes me giggle. So we have that, and that is kind of like, it was okay. Okay, and then the next category we have is Can I Be Mean, which speaks for itself, honestly. These are things that I just didn't like at all. And then lastly, I have Dory from Finding Nemo. She has short-term memory loss, so I have the loading icon above her because sometimes I forget what I thought of things. So disclaimers, these are my opinions, obviously. Another disclaimer, I meant to do different sections, like all of the books in one section, all of the movies in one section, and all of the music in one section. But then when I was inserting them into this website, they all got mixed up. So we're just gonna go how it is here, and that's how the cookie crumbles, I guess. If you want to hear my specific thoughts on specific books or movies or music, sound off in the comments, I guess. But anyway, let's get started. Once again, they're not in any order. Okay, we have The Girl Who Cried Pearls, which was an Oscar-nominated short film, and this one, spoiler alert, won, and it wasn't my favorite. Like, I didn't really want it to win, so I'm putting it in Side Eye. It was a good storyline. I also just didn't love the animation. I need to speed this up. Okay. The Duke and I by Julia Quinn is a book, and that is the first book in the Bridgerton series. And although it started my obsession with reading the series, I don't think I loved this one that much. So I'm going to put it in Side Eye as well. This is a Daphne and Simon story. I've moved to my computer camera because it's easier to screen record and then film on my computer rather than having my phone set up as well. So sorry if the quality decreased. Anyway, next we have Butterfly, which is another short film. I honestly liked this one more than The Girl Who Cried Pearls. But this one's about a swimmer and it's very interestingly told, and I liked the animation style, so I'm gonna put it in Radio Rebel. Then we have Eternity, which is the movie with Miles Teller, Elizabeth Olsen, and Callum Turner, and I really liked this movie. I can't lie. I think I'm gonna put it in Anthony Mackie. It might move up to Kirby Smart. I originally gave it a 4 stars, but when I think back on it, I have no notes, so it might be up to Kirby Smart. Now we have Jane Austen's period drama. This one I didn't love, but I didn't hate it, so I'm gonna just put it in Side Eye. And I'm going to put Retirement Plan in Side Eye as well, which is also another short. I think we've gone through all the shorts except the one that I wanted to win, which was Forever Green. I'm going to put that one in Anthony Mackie. I love that one. If you've seen The Wild Robot, it's kind of like that, but in a short film form. Okay, now we have Sidelined 2 Intercepted, which is the second Noah Beck movie. Sidelined, the first one, The QB and Me. That one I enjoyed significantly more than the second one. And I honestly think that the only redeeming quality of Sideline 2 was the fact that Charlie Gillespie was in it. So I'm going to put it in Can I Be Mean? Okay, next we have Kumail Nanjiani's Night Thoughts. This is a comedy special, and I really enjoyed it. I'm going to put it in Anthony Mackie. I don't really know how to label these tiers, so bear with me. Next we have Marcelo Hernandez, American Boy. I really liked this one. I think I would put this one in Kirby Smart. As comedy specials go, I think this one has been my favorite one that I've seen this year. I've only seen 2, but I really liked it. Okay, then we have the Hannah Montana 20th anniversary special. I'm gonna put it in Anthony Mackie. I know there are a lot of people who are disappointed by it, but honestly, I was just there for a good time. Next, we have Harry Styles' One Night in Manchester. This was the little concert special that he did after he put out his album, which is also on this list, don't you worry. But I'm gonna put it in Kirby Smart. I think it did what it needed to do. It got me excited to listen to the album, to continue to listen to the album, to continue to listen to his music. So I'm gonna put it there. All About Love by Bell Hooks. This is a nonfiction book that kind of inspired The Art of Loving by Olivia Dean, which is an album that I was so hyper fixated on in January that it's not even funny. Did I love the book? No, but I think it had a great message of finding love all around you rather than just in your romantic relationships and your platonic relationships. Then we have Blue Sisters by Coco Mellers. I love this book. It is about 4 sisters. One of them unfortunately passes away, and they're all grieving the loss of this 4th sister while also dealing with their own struggles. I didn't love Cleopatra and Frankenstein by the same author, but I loved Blue Sisters, so I'm going to put it in Kirby Smart. I Hope This Finds You Well by Natalie Sue. This book is kind of forgetful, I can't lie. It took me almost a year to read it. I think I started it last March, so do with that information what you will. I'm going to put it in Radio Rebel though, because when I did finish it, it was good. Then we have Dinner for Vampires by Bethany Joy Lenz. She was in a cult, and she was also starring on a cult TV show. I really wanted to hear more about the cult TV show, I can't lie, but obviously that was not what she wanted to do with it. I'm going to put it in Radio Rebel. Watermoon is a fantasy book, and I enjoyed it for what it was. I wouldn't say it was my favorite fantasy I've ever read, but I did like the elements of it all. Face Off by Chelsea Curto. My sister and I had a book club at the beginning of the year, and we were reading just hockey romance books. This one was not my favorite, but it was the first one we read, so it does stay with me a little bit, but I kind of want to put it in Can I Be Mean? Because I feel like I have to be a little bit more picky and not just put everything in Radio Rebel or Anthony Mackie. One Day Everyone Will Have Always Been Against This. This book is very, very eye-opening and very highly recommend, very interesting, very powerful. I'm going to put it in Anthony Mackie. The House of My Mother is a memoir. I've literally seen so much of it online that it wasn't really new information to me, but it was interesting to see her point of view. Okay, then we have We Could Be Rats. I don't really remember anything about this book besides it's about 2 sisters. So I'm going to put it in Dory Loading because I don't really remember enough to give a standard opinion. Now we have Power Play by Chelsea Curto, which is the second book in the DC Star series, which is following Face Off. This book follows a different couple. Each book follows a different couple. This one I liked more than Face Off, so I'm going to put it in Radio Rebel. Then we have Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I made a whole snail mail club theme surrounding this book, so I think I have to put it in Kirby Smart. Then I have In Your Dreams by Sarah Adams. This book I don't remember too well. I remember liking it, and I think I cried at the end, so I'm going to put it in Radio Rebel. And then we have The Outsiders, which I had read in 8th grade, and then I reread it this year, and honestly, it kind of still holds up. It's really good. I'm going to put it in Anthony Mackie. Okay, You Again is a movie with Kristen Bell, Betty White, Sigourney Weaver. It's about this girl who her high school bully marries her brother. And I've seen this movie so many times now that I think I have to put it in Side Eye because it's like a fine movie. But the fact that I've seen it multiple times in the past couple years is kind of what puts the side eye to it. It's like, it's not the best movie ever. Like, I don't need to rewatch it over and over again. Okay. Then we have Educated by Tara Westover. I think it was a very insightful and interesting story about Tara Westover's life. I'm going to put it in side eye. No, I'm going to put it in Radio Rebel. Maybe You Should Talk to Someone. This book is nonfiction and it's a memoir kind of, well, I don't know. It leans more towards self-help because obviously it's from an author who's a therapist and she's talking about different patients she's had and their stories and how that has affected her life. It's very interesting and very impactful. So I'm gonna put it in Kirby Smart because it really impacted me. Like, not in a way of like I need to go see a therapist like tomorrow, but more so just the stories within and the people that she was connecting with made me sob. So I have to put it in Kirby Smart. Okay, then we have Sleepless in Seattle. My mom and I watched this, and it was my first time seeing it. And I've read a lot of books that have this trope or that are like loosely based on or a retelling of this movie. So obviously I knew what was going on. I'm gonna put it in Radio Rebel. It kind of holds up. I think it still holds up. When Harry Met Sally, on the other hand, I love this movie. I'm gonna put it in Anthony Mackie. 5 Tuesdays in Winter is a short story collection. My first Lily King writing. And I just couldn't connect to the characters in this one. It was like well written, but I just couldn't. I'm gonna put it in Side Eye. Okay, next we have Mulan. Obviously Mulan's a rewatch for me, but it's been years since I've seen it, and I think it still holds up, so I'm gonna continue to put it in Anthony Mackie and move on. Okay, then we have Project Hail Mary, the movie. I read the book last year, and then I was really excited to see the movie, and it did not disappoint. I will gladly put it in Kirby Smart. Mrs. Nash's Ashes. This book I recently read. I think it was one of the last books that I read in March. And it had an interesting storyline. It just felt a bit long. I'm going to put it in Radio Rebel. Talking at Night by Claire Daverly. This book automatically goes at the top tier. I loved this book so much. I don't know if it's for everyone because it does kind of feel like they're just throwing trauma at the wall and hoping it sticks with you. But it is so good. I loved it so much. Then we have Tuesdays with Morrie. Okay, I think you could read this book at any time in your life and take different messages from it. Did I cry? Yes. Did I love my experience reading it? Not really. So I don't really know where to put it. I'm having mixed opinions on that. I think I'm going to put it in Radio Rebel. That feels about right. Although everything is in just this mid-tier. Okay, then we have The Three Musketeers. This is the 2011 version, I think. I watched it with my mom and my sister when she was in town, and she loves this movie, and then I think I fell asleep during it. So I'm going to put it in Dory Loading, because I think if I had the nostalgia connection to it, maybe I would have liked it more. But unfortunately, I just fell asleep. Beautiful World, Where Are You? By Sally Rooney. This book, it's going to go in one of the top 2 categories. I'm not sure which. I really enjoyed the take it had on the meaning of life and stuff like that. So I'm going to put it in Anthony Mackie, I think. But I did really enjoy this book. I'm going to put it up towards the top. Not that I've been even ranking them from in each specific category. Anyway, Stay the Night. I remember really enjoying this movie. However, do I remember anything about it right now? Not really. I'm going to put it in Anthony Mackie, though. I do remember enjoying the movie. Okay, then we have The Viscount Who Loved Me. This is Anthony and Kate's book. I still have yet to watch the TV show, but I know this is a lot of people's favorite season. However, it wasn't my favorite book, but I did like it more than The Duke and I think. Maybe I didn't. I'm going to put it next to it. I don't know. I don't remember at all. I think the issue that I have is that I compare the books to the TV show, but I haven't watched the TV show. I'm just comparing what I've seen in TikTok clips, so I don't think that's a fair assessment. Anyway, People We Meet on Vacation, the movie. Okay, I have a controversial take on this. I absolutely adore the movie, and I absolutely adore the book. I think they're 2 completely separate entities, though, so that is my hot take. That's all I have to say about that. Go read the book, go watch the movie. I took it for what it was. I really enjoyed it, and I love Emily Bader and Tom Blythe. Then we have An Offer from a Gentleman, Sophie and Benedict's story, aka the 4th season of the show. I love Benedict and Sophie so much. It'll be very difficult to find a book that I like better in the series. So I'm going to put it in Anthony Mackie. Okay, then we have Zootopia 2. I thought it was fun. I thought it was interesting. I'm going to put it in Radio Rebel, I think. At the very top. Pitch Perfect. You guys know how I feel about Pitch Perfect. I'm going to put it at the top. And we're going to move on because I love this movie so much. I will talk about it forever and ever. Lars and the Real Girl. I'm debating whether to put this one in Dory Loading and Can I Be Mean? And then I was on my phone. So I'm going to put it in Dory Loading to be nice. Okay, now we have the albums. I've listened to more than 9 albums this year. but these are the ones that were new to me or that I listened to in full this year. We have Midnight Sun by Zara Larsson. I love Midnight Sun, the song, and there are a couple other songs on Midnight Sun that I enjoyed. I'm going to put it in Side Eye, I think. Fine. E85 by Don Toliver. This one has a couple songs, once again, that I really enjoy, but then the rest of the album, I don't know. I haven't listened to it more than once, so I'm also going to put it in Side Eye. Yeah. Then we have Tales of a Failed Shapeshifter. I have also only listened to this one once, and I'm going to put it in Side Eye, I think. Mood Swings by Henry Moody. I don't remember this one at all, so I'm going to put it in Dory Loading. Then we have Kiss All the Time, Disco Occasionally by Harry Styles. Unfortunately, I will have to put this one in the top tier because I cannot stop listening to it, specifically Coming Up Roses and Taste Back. Those two songs have a chokehold on me. And if I put Harry Styles' One Night in Manchester at the top, I also probably should put this album at the top. Next, we have Tell Me How You Really Feel by Caitlin Tarver. It feels very harsh to put it in Can I Be Mean because it was a good album, I guess. But I just don't relate to any of the songs, so I wasn't really strongly attached to the album. So I'm going to put it in Can I Be Mean? But it's a very soft Can I Be Mean. Next we have Harry Styles by Harry Styles. I have obviously listened to the singles of this album and the hits, but I wanted to listen to it in full. And I'm very glad I did because I did find From the Dining Table again and Two Ghosts. So I'm going to put it in Anthony Mackie. Then we have This Music May Contain Hope by Ray. It's a bit long for me, so I'm going to put it in Radio Rebel. I do love Click Clack Symphony, Lifeboat, Skin and Bones. Then we have Bewitched by Leve. And I'm going to put this in Radio Rebel, I guess. I think that'll be it. This is my finished tier list. The top two tiers I highly recommend. The ones after that, to each their own.